Back when Playboi Carti dropped Whole Lotta Red, the whole internet was split. Some people liked it and some didn't because it was a pretty big change from Carti's sound. From bouncy trap beats which feel a bit cloudy to these heavy melodies with harsher vocals, Carti pretty much spawned a new subgenre of hip-hop known as rage. A couple of years have passed since the release of Whole Lotta Red, and rage is one of the more prominent genres out there right now. So you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Pink Tape and Lil Uzi Vert? Well, on Pink Tape, I feel like Uzi takes a similar route to Carti, but potentially to an even bigger extreme. Although not as innovative sound-wise, and I would say not as good as Whole Lotta Red, for Lil Uzi Vert, it's something completely new. They've been trying to create this rockstar aesthetic about themselves, which they haven't really backed up with their music, but honestly, I feel like Uzi definitely embraces it on Pink Tape. Going from vibrant trap production and over-the-top vocal inflections, maybe not as far and extreme as Young Thug, but still, to just a full-on metal track, a cover of a metal track, music that sounds like it would fit on Osu, a demonic sounding track, and I don't really know how to describe Fire Alarm, I'm gonna be honest. This is why I think it's fair to call Pink Tape Lil Uzi Vert's Whole Lotta Red. It may inspire artists to take risks of their own, and might even add to the rage genre, introducing more metal elements to it. It's not perfect, and it's a little inconsistent, I would say, just like Whole Lotta Red, but it's something, and that's for sure. It has been a while, it has been a long while since the release of Eternal Atake. That project was extremely hyped up and long awaited, and I know that for a lot of people it didn't deliver, but for me it did. I would say it's a bit nostalgic to me, considering the stuff that was going on in that era. You know, there was a whole thing going around. But here we are with Pink Tape. Now on Pink Tape, Lil Uzi Vert takes a lot of influence and they wear it on their sleeve for the most part. There are some straight up rage tracks, some trap songs, and the style that Uzi is most well known for. But also Uzi here explores a bit of metal, more specifically nu metal. If you're not aware of what nu metal is, it's basically metal but takes elements from hip hop. It started off in the mid 1990s that kind of went full throttle near the end of the 1990s. If you want to know any specific bands, because now you're just getting into this type of music because of Pink Tape, Deftones is one of the bands, Korn is another band that I think you should look into, and my personal favorite, System of a Down. But yeah, more about nu metal later on. Pink Tape is a very colorful project. It shines bright and in your face, and I can see why it would be a turnoff for a lot of people. I did a poll to see what people would rate it, and people gave their comments, and it seemed to be pretty split. Some people loved it, while others thought it was garbage. For me personally, I mean, I love to see stuff like this. Yes, it's not perfect what Uzi attempts here, but I like to see artist evolution, artists trying new things and getting out of their box that they've been put in. When you think of Lil Uzi Vert, you think of, I don't know, something, you know, Money Longer. Let's just take that song for an example. A colorful, bouncy trap song. You don't think of Werewolf featuring Bring Me the Horizon or The End with Baby Metal. The album begins with the intro, Flooded the Face. I actually think it does well to introduce the album. I mean, it even has the OG Uzi tag, which, you know, it means something to me. The lyrics on here are, well, interesting. If you could describe them as interesting. But hey, it's entertaining, and I really like the chorus on this song. The melody is also pretty cool. It feels kind of shallow, and that's how the vocals are mixed as well, and it's a pretty hype track. Then we have the second track, Suicide Doors, which just takes the notch all the way up and amps you up even more. That rage rap sound that I was talking to you about, yeah, this is rage rap, and it's some of the best rage rap that I have heard. The electric guitar melody sounds smooth. There is the synths in the front left and front right ear kind of grazing along your ears. At one point they reverse, and I like it. It sounds pretty cool. Uzi brings so much energy here, and I really think this song live would go crazy. Like, I could just match this at a concert. It goes nuts. The chorus is catchy as hell, and I feel like this is one of Uzi's best songs, not just on this project, but in general. It's pretty out there and it's fun. In this first half of the project, we do slow down, and it's actually what makes me enjoy this album a little bit less. Pink Tape, in my opinion, is saved by the middle portion, but I'll talk about that in a bit. The first half is really not great, aside from a couple of tracks. On A, the melody sounds villainous, but that's about all I can give it. Nothing else really stands out to me. Travis's verse is also mid, like it's literally just mid. But then we get to the big boy, where the whole project just takes a dive into a whole new sound from Uzi, or sounds, should I say. This run of tracks is not cohesive. I feel like it's just a few songs where Uzi was trying stuff, and they said, fuck it, let's just put it on the album. And that run of tracks begins with Nakamura, where it samples the Nakamura theme, and wow, this is really the most innovative I've heard Uzi be. And to put that aside, this song is an absolute bang! Uzi hits some really nice vocals and harmonies on here. The song samples Nakamura's intro, and this track really brings forward energy. Yes, I do have some problems with the mix. I think as a whole it's a bit quiet, but the basis of the song, you know, the structure of it and the skeleton, you could say, the idea behind it, is very good. It took me back when I was first listening to it, because it genuinely just feels like being in Japan. It sounds Japanese, and that's probably due to the sample, but Uzi definitely does their thing on here as well. Then we have Just Wanna Rock, which has been released for quite a while now. If you haven't heard it, I think you may be living under a rock. It's a dance track, if you could call it that. It's bouncy, sounds a little ominous even. Of course it went viral with the dance thanks to Kai Cenat, but Uzi does go along with the feel of this song and only adds to it. And then we have track 16, Fire Alarm, which samples Stress by Justice, and I have no idea what is going on in this song. It's actually mixed pretty nicely. It's all over the place though. Like, I am so confused when I listen to this, like the first minute of it. You know, on first listen, I did not know what was going on. The siren that comes in, you know, on the chorus, it's deathly loud. It's really, really loud. But then the drums come in and it's just, it's good. It's very good. Uzi flows really well here, and the beat is really cool. I love how the sample is used. And that amazing track is followed up by a cover of Chop Suey. Yeah, I watched some reactions to this and I just kind of read through Twitter, and some people don't seem to know Chop Suey, which really confuses me. It's like one of the most popular metal songs of all time. Not even a specific time frame, just of all time. Which I have to be honest, this cover, it's bad. It's really bad. Uzi doesn't even try to do the outro of Chop Suey, because I mean, I don't think Uzi is capable of doing what Serge did on there. But yeah, it's really bad, but it's also so funny that it makes up for it. I genuinely laughed when I heard it. I laughed out loud. And then that song is followed up by Werewolf, which is an emo nu metal track featuring Bring Me the Horizon. What is going on here? There's so much going on in this project. It's just all over the place. It's not cohesive at all. Like, there is zero cohesion. I don't think there's any thought put into sequencing. Like, I just zero, nothing. But you know, hey, I don't mind. Uzi is definitely trying something new for them. And yeah, this track, it's really damn good. I would say it's either my second favorite or my favorite from the project. The guitar sounds great, and the chorus is genuinely one of my favorite choruses of the whole year. There's a cool switch up after the chorus where the drums get faster. Uzi comes in and does a rap verse over this, attaching the nu metal tag to this. They're not even the focus of the song, but this part is really good. And yeah, just all around a really solid metal song, which I didn't think I'd be saying for a Lil Uzi Vert album. There's also the outro at the end to wrap this thing up, which just sounds like Beat Saber music to me. I don't love it, but hey, it's decent. Really, really wild ride here in the second half of this project, which I just honestly don't mind at all. I like that Uzi tried something new. It worked out on the majority of the things they tried, aside from that awful Chop Suey cover. I really like how they embraced the rockstar aesthetic here and committed more to it. And yeah, the trap stuff they usually do, there's still good trap songs / rage songs here that I think people would enjoy. Personally, they're not really for me. I think they're just okay. They're kind of forgettable. I feel like Uzi used to be better at this whole trap sound back in the day, like 5 years ago. If you do so much of something, it's bound to get stale, so you have to switch it up a little, and that's what they do on here. Oh, and also, Zoom finally dropped. I've been listening to the snippets of this song since it's been around since the start of humanity, and it's out, and it's so good. Pull up in your business, Zoom. For my favorite tracks, I start with Suicide Doors. Really nice melody and energy on this track. I feel like, bitch, I'm a crowd. Nakamura song makes a great aesthetic, and it's one of the more adventurous songs here. Fire Alarm, fire sample, and a hellish sound. Said, can I get a burger, please? Werewolf, just a straight up metal Lil Uzi Vert song that surprisingly sounds great. And I have to mention Zoom. I've been waiting on this track for so long, and it's finally out. No, I will not answer. Please do not call my phone. Lil Uzi Vert's Pink Tape is kind of like a flourishing flower. It's very colorful and a vibrant project that's full of ideas. And for the most part, Lil Uzi Vert makes those ideas come to light with their personality and with interesting production, and something we haven't seen from them before. It is a little inconsistent, especially in the first part, and that does bring it down a little bit for me, but still, very solid from Uzi. I'm gonna give this project a strong 7 out of 10. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my review. Tell me what you guys thought of the album. If you liked it, tell me why. If you didn't, also tell me why. I'm looking to hear you guys' opinions. I also ranked every song on this album, so check that out if you want to. Please make sure you like and subscribe. That will mean so much to me, as it'll help push my video and my channel into the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.